Hello there, Stevos. Welcome along to this week's episode of Steve's weekly vlog right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. It is Monday morning, Monday the 9th of March, 2026, and it's just gone 11 AM at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. It is my sister's partner's birthday today, so I have given him his birthday presents and birthday card. I did get him a Nike hoodie, which he is actually wearing today. And he's wearing some jogging bottoms that my sister gave to him for his birthday as well. And I also did get him a Dr. Pepper, a multi-pack, 8-pack of Dr. Pepper in cans. And I also got him a bottle of the new Dr. Pepper Cream Swirl as well, which is available in UK supermarkets right now. So I did get that for him for his birthday, and of course I gave him a birthday card as well. Obviously last night I stayed at my sister's for another night, and it was quite nice, to be honest. Nice sleep. I did catch up this morning on Corrie, Emmerdale on ITVX, EastEnders on BBC iPlayer, and I've also watched the first 25 minutes of the Chris Moyle Show on Radio X from today on YouTube, and also this week's episode of the Harry Hill Show podcast, or Podscarf as he calls it, as well. I caught up on all of that via my iPad. So, and then I packed up my stuff. I did the washing up, drying up and putting away for my sister and her partner as well, just before I left, and just put things neatly away for them as well. So it's just one less thing for them to worry about later this afternoon or this evening. And yeah, I've now come back home from my sister's after having a weekend away. So a massive thank you to my sister for allowing me to stay there for the weekend. Obviously, it was really nice to stay there, look after the animals for the weekend. But now it is back to reality. I'm back here on my own for a little longer, and then I'll be back there again very, very soon. But anyway, in the meantime though, let's start off this week's weekly vlog and find out what I've been up to so far since I've come home from my sister's. So firstly, I have unpacked my suitcase that I took with me, which was pretty much a duffel bag really of just clothes and stuff, and all my dirty washing from over the weekend, including my work uniform, and some washing that was in this washing basket which I put in there last week while I was here. I have now stuck into the washing machine. That is going to wash now for the next 54 minutes. Once that's done, I'm then going to put it on a spin cycle. And then when I come back, because I am heading back out shortly, when I come back, that stuff is going to be ready for me to put into the tumble dryer to dry. I have got another load of washing, by the way, in my washing basket, including, by the way, the clothes that I'm currently wearing at the moment, because the clothes that I'm wearing at the moment are actually clothes that I wore yesterday, and these trousers that I'm wearing at the moment are getting quite grubby, quite dirty, so I'm going to take off all of my clothes. Obviously I am going to get changed, don't worry. I'm not going to start wandering around naked, you know. I'm not going to start going out into the street streaking, you know. But either way though, I'm going to get out of these clothes, get into some fresh clothing that I can wear today, and then this load of clothes that I'm wearing at the moment and the rest of the clothes that are in my washing basket from last week, I'm going to stick into the washing machine when I get back home a little bit later on this afternoon. By the way, I'm a massive fan of Pepsi Max, by the way, and in my work, Tesco, I don't know if this is available in other supermarkets or it's just Tesco exclusive, not too sure, but I have seen this being promoted on social media through like some new food pages and stuff like that on social media more recently, and yesterday I saw this in my work, and so I've decided to pick it up. Now, obviously, this hasn't been put in the fridge or anything like that, so I'm about to unpack all 8 cans of these Pepsi Max Tropical and stick them in the fridge. I am going to do a taste test for TikTok, so that will be available probably by the time this weekly vlog is out. That video will be up on my TikTok channel. maybe I might also do a taste test for the weekly vlog as well a little bit later on in this episode of the weekly vlog. So stay tuned for that, because who knows, that may happen, that might not happen. We'll see what happens. So even though I had a cup of tea when I was at my sister's before I left this morning to come back home, I have just made myself a flask of tea, my first one for this week in terms of since I've come back from my sister's. So I am upstairs in my bedroom right now on this Monday morning, and I'm just about to edit last week's episode of the weekly vlog, which obviously is out now, so you guys can see that vlog if you have not yet watched last week's episode of the weekly vlog. But if you have, thank you for watching it, and continue watching this episode. So it is Monday afternoon, by the way. I'm upstairs in the bathroom. I've been out, by the way, to my support session. Went to Costa with my support worker, just had a bit of a catch up as to what I've been up to over the weekend, what he's been up to over the weekend as well. And we've just been talking a little bit about me and my moving situation that is happening very, very soon. But anyway, right now though, I am upstairs in the bathroom. I have done a load of washing in the tumble dryer, put my second load of washing that was in my washing basket into the washing machine. That's now been washed, and that is currently drying downstairs in the utility room in the tumble dryer. The first load of washing that was in the tumble dryer when I got back home from my support, obviously I've folded that up in my blue basket, brought it upstairs and put it neatly away in my wardrobe as well. Right now though, I'm currently upstairs in the bathroom because I am just about to have a shower and, oh hello, there we are, have a shower, have a shave, and I'm going to get dressed into my pajamas because I'm not going out anywhere else for the rest of the day. Oh, and also as well, by the way, I will mention this, obviously I did see the final of the darts last night. I actually did end up falling asleep during the final. I didn't actually stay awake to see who won, but I do know who won because I woke up just as darts was finishing on ITV4 last night, and they announced that Luke the Nuke Littler has won the UK Open of darts over the weekend in Minehead in Butlin. Well, Butlin's in Minehead. So massive congratulations to Luke Littler for winning the trophy for the UK Open. So looking forward to seeing when darts does return to ITV4. I can't see me getting a Sky Sports subscription to watch darts because I'm not really that much of an avid fan. If I really was an avid fan of darts, then I probably would get a subscription for Sky Sports. But because I'm not, you know, and I'm only just starting to somewhat get into darts, you know, I've seen a couple of games that Luke Littler has played over the past year, and I must say he is a fantastic, brilliant dart player. You know, he really is a professional dart player, you know, and he's very young as well. He's younger than me. I think he's like 22, 23 years old, something like that. So a massive congratulations to Luke Littler for winning over the weekend. I tell you what, I would love, even though they do tournaments around the world, like in America and stuff like that. But you know what? I would love to do a weekend away in Minehead, go to Butlins when they do their UK Open, because honestly, I think the atmosphere there is probably a little bit wild. But you know what? It would be such an experience as well, wouldn't it? So, especially if I could like film it as well for you guys to see and all of that kind of stuff. So who knows? Maybe that's something that I may do in the next couple of years. Who knows? Maybe I can have a weekend breakaway to go and watch the darts. I tell you what though, it is quite nice because I feel like it is something that I've adopted from my mum, because my mum, she used to play darts when I was a kid. But also as well, she used to love watching darts on the TV as well. Whenever it was on ITV4, I would tell her that darts is on ITV4, and she'd spend, like I have this past weekend, she would spend the entire weekend watching darts on ITV4. When I was younger, they used to have a tournament at Lakeside as well, which was broadcasted on the BBC, and my mum used to watch that as well. But I think that one was a lot longer than what the UK Open was, because the UK Open was just a weekend tournament. I think the Lakeside one was on for a good week, I think, or a good couple of weeks anyway, before it got to the semi-final and the final. But anyway, so either way, I'm going to keep an eye out now going forward. I'm going to keep an eye out on ITV4 and see when the next darts tournament is. And then when that is on, I'm probably going to watch that on ITV4. Probably that's going to take me another weekend to watch, but I'm more than happy to watch it anyway. So right now I'm upstairs in the bathroom, Monday afternoon, and I'm just about to have a shower, shave, and get dressed into my pajamas. So it is Monday evening, just fast approaching 6 p.m. by the way, and I have done myself some dinner, which I will show you in a moment. I'm currently waiting for 2 videos to arrive on YouTube, which is the Hanging Out with Ant and Dec podcast. There is a bonus episode. It is available to watch on Spotify Music right now, but I normally wait for it to be released on YouTube. Normally on a Monday, they're quite good because they normally upload it like very early on a Monday morning, you know, and it's only their main podcast on a Thursday that they upload at 6 p.m. So I'm assuming that their new bonus episode of the podcast that they normally release on a Monday, I'm assuming the video for that will be up on their YouTube channel, Belterbox, at 6 p.m. But that also coincides 6 p.m. with Off the Hook, which normally has a new episode on a Monday on YouTube. So I can't show you guys what the videos are because they're not up yet on YouTube. So I'm currently waiting patiently for that to be uploaded, for both of those videos to be uploaded on YouTube. So I may show you what they are in the next scene of the weekly vlog. But before I do though, I have actually done dinner just in time for both of those videos to go live on YouTube. So I've got a cold can of Dr. Pepper that I've just got out of the fridge. And this is what I've got for my dinner this evening on this Monday night. I have got a chicken, I think it's a chicken and ham pie, I think that is. I believe it is anyway. But I've got a creamy chicken pie. I'll just say creamy chicken pie because I think it is chicken and ham, but anyway. I've also got some baked beans and some sausages, and I've also got some chips as well to go with that. So that is my dinner tonight on this Monday evening. Okay, so I've just ate my dinner. Whilst I was eating my dinner, I watched 3 YouTube videos. The new iPhone 17e by iJustine. I also caught up on TechSpert and the Samsung Galaxy S26 review, the small phone big problems, and someone who I've recently started following on Twitter/X, who's also got a YouTube channel. She's a massive gamer over in the US, and she's just recently purchased a Nintendo Switch 2, and she's also done a video about the Super Mario Galaxy movie and some of the merchandise that people over in America can go and get via their local Target stores. This is a YouTuber called Grace Guti. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. But I've just watched her do an unboxing of the Nintendo Switch 2, where she does a review on it. She also plays a little bit of Mario Kart World as well, and a lot more. So that is the YouTube videos that I have caught up with. Now that I've just refreshed the page, there is 2 more YouTube videos on my iPad that I'm going to catch up with. First one is Daz and Will from Off the Hook, as they are going to be cooking and eating food from Nichols on Bubba, I believe that. Nicholson Bubba? I think that's how you pronounce it. Nicholson Bubba. So I'm going to watch that, and of course the bonus episode of the podcast from Hanging Out with Ant and Dec is now available to watch on YouTube as well, and I'm going to watch that one as well via Belterbox. Again, this got uploaded the same time as this video did, so yeah, I did think it was going to clash, but this is Ant and Dec on conspiracy theories, the opinions you didn't know you wanted. I'm going to watch both of those videos right now on my iPad on this Monday evening. So it is Monday night, by the way, and I'm just about to head off to bed as I have got work tomorrow, and it's just gone 9 o'clock. I've taken my nighttime medication. Also as well, by the way, I've done the washing up, drying up and putting away. I've wiped down all the kitchen sides as well, the worktops. And just before I put my MacBook Air into my laptop bag where it usually goes, I decided to grab some screen wipes and stuff, and I decided to rub down the lid of my MacBook because it was really dirty. And now I can see the Apple logo. I can see myself in the Apple logo. So, yeah. Anyway, so I did that as well. So my MacBook is all nice and clean. It's not grubby or anything like that, which is great. Yeah, so I've taken my nighttime medication, and I've also just finished watching on my iPad via YouTube the live feed for the Nintendo Direct, because tomorrow is March 10th. March 10th in the gaming calendar is Mario Day. MAR10 means Mario in the gaming calendar. Mario Day tomorrow, and obviously they've just done a Nintendo Direct showing off the brand new final trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie that lands in cinemas worldwide from Wednesday the 1st of April, or it might even be Friday the 3rd of April in some countries, but here in the UK, the Super Mario Galaxy movie will be landing in UK cinemas on Wednesday the 1st of April 2026. Now, I'm not going to be seeing it on opening day because I've got work, and I've also got a epilepsy hospital appointment just to check up to see how my epilepsy is doing and stuff like that, whether I've had seizures and stuff like that. But I am planning to go and see it on Thursday the 2nd of April 2026. Oh, and it's not even the best thing about it as well. They have also revealed a popcorn tin which looks really, really awesome. I'll grab a photo and put it up here for you guys to see right now while I'm talking. But it is basically Yoshi holding an egg, and the egg opens outwards, and that's where the popcorn sits in the popcorn tin. It looks absolutely amazing, and I tell you what, when I go and see this film in cinemas next month, I really hope and pray that I can get my hands on one of those popcorn tins as well, because it's not often that I buy popcorn tins or anything like that. They're really expensive. Sometimes they're around about 20-30 quid. But I tell you what, this one though, I definitely want to get this one. I think that one would be, even like after I finish using it and stuff, you know, just to have it on like just where all my Funko Pops will be in my new bedroom when I move in there, you know, just having that on the shelf where my Funko Pops are going to go, you know, and just have it sit there as like an ornament or something. You know, it would be so awesome to have, I think. And I do love the character of Yoshi as well. Donald Glover has just been announced as the voice of Yoshi during the Nintendo Direct. So, but I tell you what, it does sound really, like, very similar to the Yoshi voice that we normally hear in the video games, you know? So I'm really looking forward to watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie. They have also teased that there are some surprises that they've kept away from the trailers and stuff like that. I'm kind of hoping and praying that we get Wario and Waluigi as well in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but I don't think we will. I think they may save that for another film, but we'll see what happens. But either way, really excited to be watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie when that does get released in cinemas next month. Definitely going to be seeing that on the big screen. If it is any good, I'm definitely going to be seeing it more than once. That's for sure. Anyway, I've spoken for too long. It is now Monday night. I am now heading off to bed. It is fast approaching 9:30. So from me, it's good night, and I shall speak to you guys again in the next scene of the weekly vlog, which will be Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. Can I just say, before I started hitting record on the vlog for this morning, the traffic lights just behind me just stopped, and obviously it was letting another car go just around the corner, and there was an oncoming fire engine and it had its blue lights on, so obviously there's an emergency at the moment. I saw the blue lights flashing, so I was like, oh yeah, there's a fire engine. What I didn't expect though was just as the car was coming out of the corner where the traffic lights were, they put their siren on just to warn the car that was coming around the corner that they were coming through. And honestly, it made me jump out of my skin. I was like, whoa. Honestly, oh my god. So anyway, that happened. I've got my flask of tea and I'm heading off to work on this Tuesday morning. Also as well, by the way, it's coming up to 3 years, right, since the graphic novel for Final Space, which was a TV show that was on Netflix a couple of years ago now. But obviously it got cancelled, and then it got a tax write-off, which meant that obviously, you know, it's now not streaming anywhere, or it's not on Netflix anymore, which is a shame. But basically, it's been 3 years nearly, it'll be 3 years next month, since the graphic novel was first announced by the show's creator, Olan Rogers, right? He did a Final Space Friday update on Twitter/X last Friday, which I've not been keeping up to date with more recently. However, though, when he does provide updates through videos and stuff on Twitter/X, I do watch them. And he said about a shipping address update, and you know, he said that there was a deadline, and the deadline was in February. I missed the cut-off deadline. But thankfully, though, there is a second deadline, which he said is going to be until Friday the 13th of March, which is this week. So I have managed to update my shipping address for where my Final Space graphic novel will turn up to, because obviously the shipping address I had originally was my mum's house, and obviously now, you know, I'm not going to be there when that does get shipped out to me and stuff. I'm really hoping and praying that by the time we get to the second half of this year, I'm hoping and praying that I will have the Final Space graphic novel and I will finally know how the story ends, because that's basically the reason why there is going to be a graphic novel. It's because the show's creator had an idea, I think it was for the 4th season. The 4th season was probably going to be the final season anyway, and obviously they were going to wrap up the story, but because the show got cancelled, and then obviously there was a tax write-off and stuff, obviously the 4th and final season couldn't be made. So instead what they're doing is they're doing a graphic novel, and obviously I mean, there's been a lot of pages on the front of the book, which is basically what previously happened on Final Space in the TV series, because it's been a couple of years now since we've not been able to stream that show anywhere online. So yeah, really looking forward to getting that Final Space Ends graphic novel when it does turn up, and obviously I will kind of vlog about it in the future when I do get it. When I do get my hands on it, I will show you guys the book. It does look really cool. From the designs I have seen, they have got a colour edition, they've got a black and white edition as well. I think they've also got like a war-torn kind of edition as well, where the book looks like it's been at war. So yeah, so either way, I'm looking forward to seeing it when it does arrive eventually. Like I said, I hope, you know, because it's coming up to 3 years, I'm hoping it arrives later this year, second half of the year, towards the end of the year. That's my hope anyway. So yes, anyway, I'm walking to work on this Tuesday morning. It's starting to get nice and lighter now at this time in the morning. That's only going to be for another couple of weeks, and then obviously the clocks go forward. I'll be back walking in the dark, probably not in this direction though. I'll probably be walking my new route to work in a couple of weeks time, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Tuesday morning, just got back home from work, just made myself a flask of tea. Just about to get out my work uniform on this Tuesday morning. I have already watched today's first 25 minutes of the Chris Moore Show on Radio X via YouTube on my phone. I watched that on the bus ride home from work. So over on ITVX on my iPad, I'm just about to watch today's episode of Emmerdale, and then straight after that I'm going to watch today's episode of Coronation Street. About to watch today's episode of EastEnders on BBC iPlayer on my iPad. Tuesday afternoon, for my lunch today, I'm going to have some jam donuts. Tuesday afternoon, just about to come upstairs into the bathroom, have a shower, shave, get back into my clothes, and also brush my teeth as well. So, it is Tuesday afternoon. For the rest of this afternoon, I am going to be heading out shortly because I do have a support session. Today, it is a social session with my support worker and some of their other clients as well. We're going to Mr. Mulligan's in Bournemouth to play a little bit of indoor golf. So looking forward to doing that, and looking forward to seeing some of the clients, because I feel like it's been a while since I last did a social session with their clients. So it's definitely been a few weeks, that's for sure. So it'll be good for me to get out and socialise with them today. Straight after that, I am then going to see the new Disney Pixar film Hoppers on the big screen at Odeon in BH2 Leisure Centre in Bournemouth. I am going to see that later this afternoon. So if you do want to hear my thoughts on the new Pixar film Hoppers, then feel free to check out my brand new episode of the movie wrap-up that is available to watch and stream right now over on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Feel free to check that out after you've finished watching this week's episode of the weekly vlog. And as always, feel free to like, comment and subscribe as well. Don't know what happened there. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe to the channel as well if you want to see more movie reviews and more content from me as well if you are new around here. By the way, I forgot to mention this last week and I'm going to mention this now. So obviously, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys or not, but in recent months, I have started speaking to my dad. Now, obviously, I've not really seen my dad in 15 years. There's just a lot of bits and pieces that have happened in my family behind the scenes, which I'm not going to delve into on the weekly vlogs here, but ever since Christmas last year, I have started speaking to him again. There was a brief period in 2024, yes, 2024, when I was speaking to him. Then obviously my mum then got really sick, and then my mum passed away and stuff like that, and I kind of just pushed him away, to be honest. But even though he was trying to reach out to me, he was trying to message me, he was trying to contact me throughout last year, but I just kept giving him the cold shoulder. Up until Christmas last year, I then got given a Christmas card by him. My sister sat me down, had a conversation with me about it, told me, he is trying. So, maybe it is just worth giving him a chance. And also as well, he is my only parent that is left walking on this planet, So even if, I don't meet him and I just still have conversations with him over the phone, and that's exactly what we've been doing for the last few months now. Since the start of the year, we have been having conversations over the phone and keeping in contact and stuff. And we've just been having a bit of a chit-chat, bit of a laugh with one another as well. So, yeah, and, The one thing I will say, though, is he did say to me, not last week, the week before, that we would speak again Friday last week, but he hasn't contacted me, he hasn't messaged me, as far as I'm aware, and he hasn't called me, so I may give it until the end of this week. If I don't hear anything from him by the end of this week, I may just shoot him across a message and say, hey, how are you? Hope everything's okay. And see if he'll contact me that way, and maybe see if he wants to have a phone call with me this week. But there is a couple of things, though, that we have been joking about. Now, obviously, this past year, I have been living independently on my own, Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff I've done under this roof over the past year, which I think a lot of people who have been on this journey with me, who've watched my weekly vlogs, and stuff like that. You know, I think there's a lot of people out there who watch my weekly vlogs, and I think they would say now, if they were to see me in person, or if they were to chat to me over the, you know, online and stuff, they would probably say, Steve, I am really, really proud of you for how far you have come, you know, and the fact that you are still grieving over your mum and stuff like that, but you're still getting up every day. You're still doing your job every day. You know, you're still creating content to put out on social media every day and stuff like that. You know, you're still leading a normal life, even though you're still going through that grief process of losing your mum, you know. And it is true, you know, there is a lot of people out there that have given me a lot of praise for that. Obviously, you know, I have been saying to my dad over the phone that, you know, obviously I've come a long way, especially with cooking as well. So he knows that I love to cook, you know, and he started joking with me about a couple of weeks ago. There's a character from South Park, which I'm going to bring up on this weekly vlog right now, a picture of what this character looks like. There's a character from South Park called Mr. Chef, right? And he started joking that I am Mr. Chef from South Park. So he basically, last week when I stayed at my sister's, I was given 2 parcels. The first parcel was a cookbook. Now on the cookbook there was Greg Wallace, and there was someone else as well. I can't remember who the other person was, but there was definitely Greg Wallace was definitely on there. I was like, very controversial book, but nevertheless, so, you know, obviously, you know, they've got recipes in there and stuff like that. So when I do move into my sister's place, I am going to do some cooking. I am going to learn some new recipes as well from the cookbook that my dad has gifted to me very kindly. So I will do some content on that, by the way, as well, because I do think, you know, you guys watching me doing cooking, I think, you know, I've had so much feedback and so much praise about my cooking videos that I definitely do want to bring them back. So that is something that I may look at doing at some point in the future. Once I've moved and I start doing more cooking again, I am definitely, and you know, we'll do these recipes together. I think, you know, some of these recipes, there's a lot of recipes in that book, by the way, that I'm going to say now does require me to buy some porridge oats. It's honestly, like, there's almost a lot of recipes that I want to cook, and one of the main ingredients is porridge oats. But anyway, in this cookbook, they've got breakfast meals, they've got vegetarian meals, they've got meat and poultry meals, fish and seafood meals as well, and I think they've even got like treats as well, so something you could have for your dessert or something as like a light snack or something like that. They're very simple and very easy meals to do. Some of them do look quite difficult to do, judging by the pictures, but I think once you go through the instructions and, you know, and all of that, then hopefully it'll be pretty easy for me to do, and I'll be able to do it again in the future. But the other thing that I did get, as well as the cookbook, which is at my sister's, and so is this next item, obviously going back to South Park and Mr. Chef. So obviously my dad is over the phone, he's joking about with me, going, you know, oh, you're Mr. Chef now, you know, and all of this. And he then said to me, I thought, he's joking about this. He said he was going to get me an apron and for me to wear in the kitchen with Mr. Chef on it, right? So the first parcel I got from my sister's was the cookbook. The second parcel I got was an apron with Mr. Chef on it. With Mr. Chef on it from South Park. I thought it was hilarious. I really did think it was hilarious, and I am going to wear it. I'm going to wear it with pride, okay? So when them cooking videos, guys, come out in the future, you know, within the next maybe 3-4 months' time, you know, I'm going to do cooking videos, and you guys are going to see me wear this Mr. Chef apron, okay? I'm going to wear it with pride. So there we go. Anyway, I just thought I'd include that in this week's episode of the weekly vlog, so I didn't get time to tell you about that last week, but I really do appreciate it a lot. I know that, you know, my dad has already said to me over the phone, you know, measure up your windows, I'll get you some curtains, and I'll get you some new bedding for your bed as well. It's kind of like a housewarming gift for when I move in with my sister. So I really do appreciate it, to be honest. I really do appreciate it. Everything he has done for me so far and stuff. And he has been supportive, and, you know, he has been supportive with not just me, but with my sister as well, you know, and what she's been going through and stuff like that. So, yeah, anyway, I thought I'd just give you guys a bit of an update on that. But yeah, I thought that was really hilarious. So, it is Tuesday night, by the way, and I have come back from my support session. I didn't, however, go to the cinema because my support session overran. It did start a little bit late, to be honest, so I have kind of missed my cinema booking that I booked to go and see Hoppers. Because by the time my support session ended, it was literally 15-20 minutes into the film already. And if I'm going to go to the cinema, I'd rather go and watch the full feature length of the film, not going 15-20 minutes into the film, because then I'm then trying to scramble and go, right, okay, what's happened so far, and all of this kind of stuff. So I have left the cinema to go and see Hoppers today, which is annoying, but it's understandable, you know, things happen. So I am going to go to the cinema on Thursday this week to go and see 3 films back to back. The three films I'm going to see back to back is If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and then I'm going to go and see Goats, and then I'm going to see what I was going to see today, which is Hoppers. So I'm going to watch them on Thursday. Tomorrow I'm actually going to Tower Park, to View in Tower Park, to go and watch the film Send Help, which has been in cinemas for a while. I've just not had the time nor the energy to go and see that film, so I am going to watch that tomorrow, which I am looking forward to. However, though, I am back home. I am going to be doing dinner very shortly, so I will show you what I've got for my dinner tonight in a few moments. Actually, that's interesting. I might watch that as well. However, though, I'm just on YouTube at the moment because I'm like, you know what, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos. There is a couple that I do want to see. There's one that isn't appearing on my algorithm at the moment. I bet it does now. Nope, still isn't. And now I've just lost all the videos that I was planning to show you guys that I'm going to watch. Basically, more of the story. It's just disappeared. It's just disappeared now. Basically, I'm on my iPad. Oh, it's come back now. Oh, great. No, the video that I did want to show you as well is also up there. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'm going to turn my camera around and I'm going to show you guys what I'm now going to watch on YouTube on my iPad. So starting off with Jeremy Johns. He's got a new video out today, which is Project Hail Mary. By the looks of that thumbnail, he looks like he really enjoyed that film, so I'm going to watch that. I'm also going to watch iJustine with her MacBook Neo review. I'm also going to watch this video from this gamer that I've started following on YouTube called Grace Gooty. And she's reacting to the Super Mario Galaxy movie final trailer. So I'm going to see her reaction to that. And I've just discovered this video, which was uploaded by Techspert about 4 hours ago. The most mental phone of 2026. Infinix Note 60 Ultra unboxing and tour. Looking forward to watching that. Interested to see what features are in that phone that makes it very mental. Not that I'm looking for a new phone or anything like that, but it's always nice to see some of the new technology and some of the new features that some of the newer phones have got for 2026. So I'm going to watch them on YouTube on my iPad right now on this Tuesday evening. This is what I've got for my dinner tonight on this Tuesday night. Pretty much the same as what I had last night. Baked beans and sausages with a lot of chips, by the way. I don't know why I did so many chips. That looks like enough to feed 2 people, but never mind. I mean, to be fair, it's the same with the baked beans and sausages, so I'm not going to complain. And I've also got another chicken pie, creamy chicken pie as well, which I put in the air fryer for about half an hour. So that is my dinner tonight on this Tuesday evening. Tuesday night, and I have done the washing up, drying up and putting away, and I've come upstairs and got into my pyjamas. And I'm just about to put my iPad on charge. I've put my phone on charge. I'm just about to take my watch off charge and put that on my wrist, ready for me to track my sleep when I go to bed. All I need to do now is just go downstairs and put my jumper in my bag, in my work bag for tomorrow, because I'm going to the cinema straight after work tomorrow at View in Tower Park to go and see Send Help. So obviously I'm going to get out my work uniform just after I finish work, put it in my work bag, and then obviously I'm going to wear this jumper as well as my coat and stuff. So, and then also I need to just go down and take my nighttime medication with some juice, blackcurrant juice that I've got in my bottle at the moment. And then I'm heading off to sleep. So it's good night from me, and I shall speak to you guys again in the next scene of this week's episode of the weekly vlog, which will be Wednesday. Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday evening, by the way, halfway through the week. Halfway through this week's episode of the weekly vlog right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. It is just coming up to 9:30 at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. I didn't go to the cinema as planned today. Instead, I've got another plan. The other plan is for me to go to the cinema on, when was it? Monday next week, to go and see Send Help at the cinema. Yeah, because I'm seeing Send Help on Monday next week, and then I'm going to go and see Elvis Presley in concert at Odeon on Wednesday next week. Anyway, I'm feeling really hungry, actually, bizarrely. Just as I'm about to eat dinner. It is a late one tonight. I have been filming a video, which I will share more about a little bit later on in this week's episode of the weekly vlog. But right now, though, I am about to show you what I've got for my dinner tonight. This is what I've got for my dinner tonight. I have got pretty much the same as what I've had so far this week, which is a creamy chicken pie with some chips and some baked beans and sausages to go with that as well on this Wednesday evening. Just about to have a cold can of Dr. Pepper from the fridge, and I'm also watching some episodes of The Simpsons on Disney Plus on my iPad. So it is Wednesday night, and I have just got dressed into my pyjamas on this Wednesday night. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, just fast approaching 8 a.m, sorry, not 8 p.m. 12 hours ahead of myself. It is fast approaching 8 a.m. on this Thursday morning, and I've just woke up. So I'm upstairs in my bedroom, and I'm currently editing this week's episode of the weekly vlog that you guys are currently watching, actually. I am going to have some breakfast very shortly, so I will show you what I've got for my breakfast this morning in just a few moments. But before I do, though, yesterday I did go shopping, and I did actually pick up this Yeo Valley Kefir mango and passion fruit yogurt drink, because I went to Lidl's last week. Actually, I showed you it in last week's episode of the weekly vlog whilst I was watching the darts. I picked up like this yogurt drink, and obviously, you know, I'm kind of wanting to improve my gut health a little bit. So I think drinking more yogurt drinks would be a bit more beneficial for me in order to improve my gut health a little bit better. So I thought yesterday, while I was out shopping at Tesco in Castle Lane in Bournemouth, that I would pick up 2 Yeo Valley kefir yogurt drinks. So I picked up the mango and passion fruit one that I just showed you guys just now. The one that I had yesterday, which I had as part of my lunch, I had a blueberry one. The blueberry one wasn't too bad, so I'm really hoping and praying that this mango and passion fruit one is actually going to be really tasty as well. It's Yeo Valley. It's all organic as well, so it is quite healthy. It does give you a bit of an energy boost. It's got 14 strains of live cultures, and it also says love your gut as well. So, and yeah, I do love my gut. Safe to say, I do love my guts. So I'm currently editing this week's episode of the weekly vlog whilst I drink that on this Thursday morning. So it is Thursday morning. It's just gone 10:15 at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. I've just come downstairs because I'm just about to have some breakfast. I don't know what's going on with this side of my hair this morning. It just looks like I've got a bit of bed hair going on, doesn't it? Anyway, I have just emailed the doctors as well because I've just checked my medication and I've only got enough medication to last me until the 26th of March. And obviously I normally order my medication online, so I went online last night to try and order some more, and it said that I couldn't order any more until the 30th of March. Which isn't good news, is it? When, you know, I'm on a repeat medication and it's for my health reasons as well. So I've emailed the doctors, I've sent them a screenshot of what it says online on the system, and they have said not to panic. They're not going to request any more medication for me to get for now. They've said hold fire until the 23rd of March, and then you can then be able to order some more medication, because normally you're normally allowed to do so 7 days before the date it says on their system, which is the 30th of March. So yeah, so now I've got to wait at least another week until I can order some more medication. So I'm hoping and praying that my medication will turn up before I run out of the medication that I'm on at the moment. Otherwise, that's not going to be good, is it? If I have to go a couple of days or a day without taking my medication, which isn't good, especially when it is for my health reasons anyway. Anyway, I'm just about to get my bag ready because I am heading off to the cinema today to go and see 3 films back to back. The films that I'm seeing today is If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which I believe is a comedy film. I'm also seeing Goat as well, which is an animated film. And then I'm seeing Disney Pixar's new film, which is called Hoppers, which I was going to see earlier this week, but my support session kind of overran and then I missed the first 15 minutes of the film. So I'm definitely going to see it later this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to that. If you do want to hear my thoughts on all 3 of those films, do check my latest episode of the movie wrap up that is now available over on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, right now, if you want to hear my latest thoughts on those films. I have also watched a couple of movies on streaming yesterday as well. I watched Harry Styles' One Night in Manchester, where he performed his Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally album from top to bottom in full. He performed it for the very first time in front of a live crowd at the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester. He actually filmed that concert on the day of the release, which was Friday the 6th of March, and it got released on Netflix worldwide on Sunday the 8th of March, so literally 48 hours, or just under 48 hours after he performed that concert, it got released on Netflix worldwide. And I have watched that concert, by the way, and it's made me, because I haven't actually heard Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, I've not heard the album. until I watched the live performance of it on Netflix yesterday. And I was just upstairs, obviously I was editing this vlog, and I listened to the album from start to finish. I tell you what, there is some bangers on that album. If you're yet to hear Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally by Harry Styles, there are some absolute bangers on that album that I am constantly going back to now and replaying, because it is good. It is good. So yeah, and I also watched War Machine as well, so I'm going to review those it'll be in the recent episode of the movie wrap-up, which, like I said, is available to stream right now over on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Anyway, right now I am just about to have some breakfast on this Thursday morning, so without further ado, I will show you guys what I've got for my breakfast this morning. For my breakfast this morning, I've got a bowl of chocolatey squares cereal. So it is Thursday evening, by the way, just coming up to 7:30, or just gone 7:30, and I'm currently upstairs in the bathroom as I'm just about to have a shower, shave, and get dressed into my pyjamas on this Thursday evening. So it is Thursday evening, and I am just about to have a video call with my friend Kieran over on Discord on my iMac on this Thursday evening. So it is Thursday night, by the way, and I have just finished recording this week's episode of the weekly podcast, which is available to listen to right now via Spotify Music and Apple Podcasts as well, or wherever you normally get your weekly podcasts from. But it's currently processing at the moment. I've just come upstairs to my bedroom because I've just noticed it is absolutely freezing cold. I'm just going to leave you guys there for a second. It is absolutely freezing cold downstairs in the kitchen, which at the moment, even though, despite the fact that it's 10 o'clock, or gone 10 o'clock, should I say, despite the fact that it's gone 10 o'clock, but I am just about to do myself some dinner. Obviously, I've spoken to Kieran via video call. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping, so I do apologise. It's that Dr Pepper. I've obviously had a cold can of Dr Pepper whilst I've been on video call with my friend Kieran on Discord on my iMac. I've recorded this week's episode of the weekly podcast, which is currently being processed before I can export it, and then obviously, schedule it ready for it to be released at 4 PM. For those that don't already know, I do a weekly podcast. It releases on Spotify Music and Apple Podcasts every Friday, 4 PM UK time. Sometimes there will be a bonus episode of the weekly podcast, but that all does depend on whether there's like a new Nintendo Direct, which is full of announcements, or there's an Apple event that takes place, or a Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event as well that takes place. So all of that does happen. So from time to time there will be an extra podcast during the week, as well as the main podcast on a Friday. But anyway, obviously I've recorded this week's episode of the weekly podcast, so that is currently on my iMac being processed at this moment. So hopefully that won't be too long, and then that will be done. Anyway, I'm going back downstairs while that gets processed. Thank you very much. And back down the stairs we go. So I'm going downstairs. I am doing dinner for this evening, and I'll show you guys what I have got for my dinner this evening. I must turn that light out actually, just to... There we are. I am a little bit dark at the moment, so I do apologise. I tell you what, no, that weren't the light that I wanted on. It was... How long have I been in this house? I've lived here for about 14 odd years, and over the last 14 years I clearly still can't understand which light switch is for which light. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to move my chair. So obviously I've got the air fryer going at the moment. I need to put the other air fryer on in a moment as well. And And I will show you guys what I've got for my dinner tonight in the next scene of the weekly vlog. But whilst I wait for my dinner to cook, obviously there is some bits and pieces that I do need to catch up on in terms of TV shows, because obviously I've not been here today. I've been at the cinema all day today. Originally, right, I got really tired when I was on the bus on my way to go and see the first film, which was If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And I honestly thought to myself, I don't think I'm going to be able to see all 3 films today. I genuinely think I'm just going to go and see the one film, and then I'm just going to come back home and just rest, because I'm just, for some bizarre reason, weird reason, I'm absolutely shattered. So anyway, so I cancelled Goat and Hoppers at the cinema, and I just planned to see If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. By the time the film ended, I honestly was wide awake and I was full of energy, and I was like, you know what, if I'm wide awake, full of energy, I might as well book to go and see Goat and also go and see Hoppers as well. So I did. So I have been at the cinema all day today, all afternoon I've been at the cinema. So obviously I've not caught up on any TV shows that I would normally catch up on by now. So I'm going to start with YouTube, by the way. So if I show you over on my iPad, I have got the first 25 minutes of the Chris Moyle Show on Radio X. I don't know why this is being the way it is, but maybe, do I need to turn the brightness down on here? I don't know. Is that better? Oh, there we go. I mean, you can see it now. It's not as bright. But I need to catch up on the first 25 minutes of the Chris Moyle Show from today on Radio X on YouTube. And also as well, I'm going to watch today's episode of Hanging Out with Ant and Dec, or this week's episode of Hanging Out with Ant and Dec podcast, where Ant challenges Jamie Oliver to a pant-off, and does Dec's Tooth Fairy pay more than Zayn from One Direction? So I'm going to watch that as well on YouTube on my iPad on this Thursday evening, and I'll show you guys what I've got for dinner tonight as well in the next scene of the weekly vlog. So for my dinner this evening, I have got a Dr Pepper, a cold can of Dr Pepper from the fridge, and I've got the same as I have had for the last couple of nights, which is a creamy chicken pie with some chips, baked beans and some sausages as well. Just about to watch today's episodes of Emmerdale and Coronation Street on ITVX on my... Good morning everybody, it is Friday morning by the way, and I'm out and about. I'm not at home at the moment, out and about at my usual Toby Carvery, my local Toby Carvery, and I am having some breakfast here this morning, so I will show you guys what I've got for my breakfast this morning. I have got some Pepsi Max. This is cherry Pepsi Max by the way, and I've also gone for a breakfast as well. Obviously I've got my eggs, I've got my hash browns, my sausages, bacon, some potato and ham, and I've also got some baked beans as well to go with that as well. So that is my breakfast this morning on this Friday morning. And there we go, I am now out of the Toby Carvery. Very delicious breakfast that was, as always. Those eggs, by the way, were really big. Like, the yolks were really big today. I feel like they were really big anyway. It is now Friday morning still. I was going to go to the cinema today, but I'm not feeling it today. I did go and see 3 films back to back yesterday, so, which isn't a bad thing. I have booked to go to the cinema again next week, so I'm going to go and see some films that I do want to go and see at the cinema. So there are some films that are showing in cinemas, but I'm not in a rush to go and see them, so it'll probably be the case that either I do go and see them at the cinema at some point, but not anytime soon, or I'll just wait until it comes out on streaming and then catch it on streaming at some point on digital, or if it even hits streaming services like Netflix or Amazon Prime. So there is actually a film which I will mention about now very quick actually, called Mercy, that came out at the beginning of the year. I think it came out late January, I think it came out. It's just been released on digital platforms in the UK to buy, but it's actually being released on Amazon Prime Video. I think it's being released next week or the week after. It's literally coming to Amazon Prime Video as part of the Prime Video subscription. I think Mark Wahlberg, excuse me, I think Mark Wahlberg stars in it, I think. But it's called Mercy. It came out like at the very beginning of the year or towards the end of January at least. So I'm definitely going to check that out because I didn't get to see it in cinemas. So I am going to check that out in a couple of weeks' time when it does get released on Amazon Prime Video as part of the Prime subscription. So yeah, I'm going to check that out then. But anyway, I am going to go to the cinema again next week. I might do some vlogging at the cinema next week. We'll see what happens. Also as well, by the way, I'm going to mention as well, obviously I showed you guys just now my Toby Carvery. There is actually going to be a couple of times next week that I might actually pop out and have something to eat at McDonald's and KFC as well, because McDonald's are releasing something next week which I want to give a go, and I think towards the end of next week or the beginning of the week after, I think KFC are taking something off their menu which has been available for a limited time only, which is the cheesy melt, which I do want to give a go. I have seen one of my favourite TikTokers give it a go. It does look a little bit delicious, not gonna lie. I've seen it advertised as well a lot lately, so I am gonna give it a go. I may vlog it next week and give you guys my thoughts on that as well. We'll see what happens. But either way though, that's all coming up in the weekly vlog next week. I'm going to continue with this episode of the weekly vlog. Right now, on this Friday morning, I am currently taking a longer route back home. I thought I'd have a little walk along the back field where I used to take the dogs. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now on this Friday morning. So it is Friday night, by the way. If I do look a little bit red in the eyes, I do apologise. I might have just had a bit of a breakdown. You know, just sat down thinking of my mum a little bit, and it kind of got me down and a little bit upset. But I'll be fine though. I do think it is going to be a little bit difficult this weekend, especially because it is Mother's Day this weekend as well. So, you know, I mean, this time last year when we had Mother's Day, it was really difficult because obviously it wasn't long since I'd lost my mum. And obviously we're now approaching the second Mother's Day, which is coming up since my mum passed away. And I just think, you know, it's kind of hit me again that Mother's Day is coming up and I'm missing my mum. You know, I am missing her. So anyway, but carrying on with the vlog though, I am going to be having some dinner shortly. And I will show you guys what I've got for my dinner tonight very soon. I have heard from my dad today. He has messaged me to say what time would you like me to call. So I have said to him that I will be available from 7 o'clock. It is now 7 o'clock on this Friday night at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. So any minute, any second now, I am expected to have a phone call with my dad, which will be nice to hear from him because I didn't hear from him last week, so it'll be nice to hear from him this week and have a bit of a catch up and see what we've both been up to over the last couple of weeks. So I'm just currently waiting for him to call me, and then I'll speak to him over the phone for about an hour, hour and a half maybe, And then after that, I'm going to crack on and do some dinner for this evening, which I will show you guys what I've got for my dinner tonight in the next scene of this week's episode of the weekly vlog. This is what I've got for my dinner tonight. I've got literally a silicone case full of southern fried chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks. Oh my god, you guys, I've just had a bit of a heart attack. So I am going to see the new film Project Hail Mary during its previews this weekend on Sunday. I'm going to go and see that at 4 p.m. And I've just seen on the Odeon app that you can get the collector's popcorn bucket and drink. And I've just had a little bit of a mini heart attack because basically I added my food and drink onto my ticket to go and see Project Hail Mary on Sunday. But when I put the order through, it then said Friday the 13th of March, right, which is today's date. Now obviously I've not pressed start my order or anything like that through the Odeon app, thankfully, which is good, but I just had a mini heart attack. I've just looked on my emails and it's come up under my emails to say that obviously the ticket has been updated, obviously, so now I'm seeing Project Hail Mary on Sunday at 4 p.m. as planned anyway, and it then below that says to collect, and obviously it's got the popcorn bucket with the drink as well to go with it. So hopefully that should go through on Sunday. So if not, I've got an email to prove anyway that I did purchase it alongside the ticket on Friday. And if they haven't got any in stock, then they can always refund me anyway, which is fine. And if they do have it in stock but the order doesn't seem to work, then I think they'd probably still refund me anyway, or they'd just give me one anyway if it doesn't work. So either way, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But anyway, but yeah, fingers crossed I'll get my hands on one of those popcorn buckets on Sunday. It's literally like a space helmet popcorn bucket. It looks really cool. I'll probably show you guys at the end of this week's episode of the weekly vlog as to what that does look like. Upstairs in my bedroom on this Friday night, by the way, and I am going to be heading off to bed very, very shortly because I do have work tomorrow. Originally, I was going to go to bed at 9 o'clock, but here we are nearly at 10 o'clock and I'm still awake, so I am going to be going to bed very, very shortly. Yeah, I'm going to leave the cinema fiasco for now. I do think I may have made the mistake of doing the food and drink order as a separate transaction. So, but there is an email, like I have looked at my email and it has got the Project Hail Mary date and time that I'm seeing the film on Sunday, and then below that it says to collect. So I don't know if the food and drink order thing disappears from my Odeon app purchases list, then for well, yeah, then I'll just speak to the staff on Sunday. So there we are, and hopefully I'll just be able to get my popcorn bucket on Sunday. If not, then I may have to get a refund, or try and see if I can get a refund. Anyway, because it's 30 quid. It was £30. It's expensive, but it does look like a really awesome popcorn bucket though. It's like it's in the shape of like a spaceman's helmet, because obviously the film is obviously set in space. So you know what, right, that's not the only popcorn bucket that I do want to get. There is a Mario themed popcorn bucket that I do want to get next month, which is Yoshi. Like Yoshi holding out an egg, and the egg opens up and then you can eat your popcorn from the egg. Oh my god, it looks so awesome, it really does. And I feel like I could do with that. So we'll see what happens with that, I guess. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to go on my Samsung tablet for the next couple of minutes. I've just put my watch on charge to charge up for a little bit, because otherwise I'm going to be going to bed, and it'll be fine for me to have it on tonight while I'm in bed asleep, but then it'll run out of charge tomorrow morning before I head off to work, or while I'm on my way to work, and obviously I don't want that. So yeah, I'm charging up my watch at the moment. I'm going to go on my Samsung tablet for a few minutes, and then I'm heading off to bed. So from me, it's good night, and I shall speak to you guys again in the next scene of the weekly vlog, which will be Saturday afternoon, and I've just got back home from work. I'm going to end this weekly vlog here abruptly. Believe it or not, I'm going to end the weekly vlog here abruptly because I am going to be sorting out some bits and pieces. I am going to film a movie wrap-up video for you guys to see. Well, actually, no, movie wrap-up video is out now. Obviously, it's the one that I've watched, all the films I've watched this week. And then after that, I have actually got another YouTube video coming out on Friday the 20th of March, which is this week. And it's an unboxing of a new camera, which actually I've been filming from since Wednesday, believe it or not. I've been filming from a vlogging camera called the Panasonic Lumix TZ99. And I'm going to be honest with you now, the zoom on this camera, oh my god, honestly, I can't wait until I next see Kieran and we go bowling together, because honestly, you guys are about to see some really, really cool zoom-in shots of Kieran playing bowling and stuff like that. Honestly, it's going to be really fun. So yeah, that is all to come really, really soon. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not going to be filming a weekly vlog this upcoming week. I am going to film bits and pieces for a future episode of the weekly vlog. Okay, so that is going to be coming up, but I am going to be putting my weekly vlog episodes on a bit of a hiatus for the moment, and it's going to be the same with the movie wrap-ups. I'm going to not be filming any movie wrap-up videos for the next couple of weeks, okay? So you're not going to be seeing any activity over on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. As soon as I'm able to say, you know, as soon as I'm back on YouTube, which I will be very soon, I promise I will be very soon, okay? But I will be back soon on YouTube, but I am going to be taking a very short break, but a bit of a hiatus for the weekly vlogs, okay? So the weekly vlogs, I will give you guys a due date in the near future as to when the weekly vlogs will be returning. The movie wrap-up episodes will be back next weekend. This weekend coming up, so Sunday the 22nd of March, I've got an episode of the movie wrap-up coming up for you guys. Okay, and then we'll see. There might be another episode the following weekend. We'll see what happens, okay? But guys, all I can say for now, okay, is thank you for all the support. Thank you for all of the love that you guys give to the weekly vlogs, okay? The weekly vlogs will be returning again very, very soon, and when it does, honestly, I am going to be back with a lot more content for you guys to see, alright? Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and as always, if you are new around here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to become a Stevo. I know I'm getting a couple of new subscribers lately, and I really, really do appreciate all the new subscribers that I have been getting to my channel lately. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, from me though, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys again in my next YouTube video.